This is a Rogue Media Network production.
Welcome back to the show. Kirsten and Brandon Dickerson are an award-winning husband and wife filmmaking team whose passion for storytelling has taken them all around the world. Together, they founded Artist and Nomad as a production company dedicated to telling meaningful stories that inspire, connect, and celebrate creativity. Their latest documentary, Handmade Future, follows master artisans across 6 countries, exploring the beauty of handmade craftsmanship and the importance of preserving cultural traditions in an increasingly automated world. Now, this film is making its Texas premiere at this year's Waco Independent Film Festival, which runs the whole film festival, is starting on Thursday, the 16th, running through the 19th in downtown Waco. And as you know, it's their 10th anniversary, formerly known as the Deep in the Heart Film Festival. The Waco Indie Film Fest is what Movie Maker magazine is one of their 25 coolest film festivals in the world. There'll be more than 160 films from around the globe screened, along with Q&A with filmmakers, panel discussions, workshops, networking events, special guests. It is one of Central Texas' premier celebration of independent cinema. An encore online special presentation follows July 19th through the 25th. If you cannot be in person to some of these screenings, but you will definitely want to try. Because I want to tell you about a very special film that will be shown on the 18th. It will be at 5:30 at the Waco Civic Theater, and I have Kirsten Dickerson here with me to talk about her directorial debut and her journey with Handmade Future. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Great to be here.
You are a Baylor alum, along with your husband.
We are.
But you've been all over.
We have. We've come back. For film terms, we've come back to one.
You've come back. Well, you have just come here from living in London.
Yes.
So your most recent adventure. So let's back it up some more. After you graduated, what did you do?
Yeah. So my current husband is actually one of my best friends at Baylor. We fell in love after college, which is kind of funny. But really, the day after I graduated from Baylor, I went to India with Mission Waco.
Really?
Yes, and that was very transformative.
Mm-hmm.
Several of us that were on that trip continued to stay involved in India up to this day. Some people still live in India. So it was a very transformative trip. And then I stayed for, I guess it was like a month or two longer with one of my dear friends who also lives in Waco, Brooke Ramsey, who's now married to Charlie Ramsey, who is the chaplain of Baylor.
Yes, I've met him.
And all of us volunteered with Mission Waco in those early days in the 90s. And to say it didn't have an effect on us is an understatement. I think it really shaped a lot of my worldview. So I came back from that experience and volunteered a lot here in this community. And when I was on the flight back from India, Brandon Dickerson, my husband, picked me up from the airport at DFW when you could still go to the gate. And we literally fell in love when we saw each other.
Aww.
And so it was such an unexpected thing in our friendship. And we got married a few months later. So it was kind of funny because we knew each other so well.
This is it.
Yeah, so I ended up leaving Waco kind of abruptly because I fell in love with my best friend, and he's a filmmaker and had just finished. He went to Baylor and then NYU intensive film program, and then started making music videos in Northern California. Mm-hmm. So I moved to Northern California. We got married there and started our life in Northern California. And then over the years, or almost 30 years of marriage, has been a dance around the creative arts and humanitarian work, ministry, different things. We've lived in Texas, all over California, as well as Portugal and the United Kingdom. And now we've come back to what we say is like home. It's where we met, and it's the most like common ground that we've both shared is here in Waco. And he'll be teaching film at Baylor in the fall.
So he's got a brand new hire.
Yeah, so it's fun because he's the big filmmaker in the family. Everybody knows him as a filmmaker. And so this film that's premiering, the Texas premiere is here at the Waco Indie, is my first film.
It's really this is your baby.
And I've been kind of involved mostly with the nonprofit work and some social business work around the idea of empowering women through design. I had an ethical fashion company for 10 years. I was the CEO called Raven and Lily. And it was really born out of a desire to create a way for women to be employed, to make things that were beautiful, that reflected their beauty and culture, that we would want to buy and wear here. But it was practicing fair trade in a more modern way. And so that was one of the first examples of what's now commonly known as slow fashion or ethical fashion. Those terms did not exist when I started that company.
I'll bet it didn't.
So it was really fun to be a part of kind of the early days of reimagining how fashion could have a positive and not negative impact. But that was the beginning of a lot of those relationships that I have with artisans. And so for 10 years, I worked globally with different artisan groups all over the world, and then moved from that into nonprofit work, and did a lot with microenterprise, leadership development, as well as continued to support artisan leaders all over the world in like 37 countries. My role was overseeing that. It was a global nonprofit called Tears International. And then after I finished launching a lot of their programs is when we were in Portugal. And my husband and I decided to help renovate a retreat center as like a deep breath, like volunteer work for a year and a half in northern Portugal. And from there, once we finished that project, we moved to England. And it was when we moved to England, I wondered, like, what should I do now? And all along the time in Portugal, I had been leading retreats, both with the nonprofit, and I continued to do it after I had the role with the nonprofit throughout the time in Portugal and England. And basically what that retreat means is like traveling with me on craft and culture tours, where I take you to all these places that I've known for decades, places like Morocco, Kenya, India, Oaxaca, Mexico, Portugal. And you get to meet these incredible local leaders, artisans, support local businesses. And I'm drawn to beauty and design, so every tour is really focused on that, but in a very impact-oriented way. So I lead these tours around the world and share those relationships. And the documentary is kind of born out of that being part of my life over all these decades, from the fashion to nonprofit work, and then now today with leading the tours and things like that.
Well, and I think with Mission Waco, the Gospel Cafe was one of, I presume, one of your distributors. Of some of that kind of jewelry and
actually,
crafts
no.
and things. But so no,
because
that's where I've heard of this.
I
kind
know.
Of
so
thing.
They have traditional fair trade things that I've always loved, and I always loved fair trade. But I was trying to think, is there a way? My background was more in design, and we were living in Los Angeles at the time, so it was not in Waco. And I had been leading a lot of humanitarian outreaches and had seen this trend in nonprofits focusing on women and often training women in design skills, but they were nonprofits. They didn't have design background or market background, so they really only had step one of multiple steps to make that actually sustainable and impactful for women. And I had a design background and all of these designer friends in LA. And so we just kind of started this ethical fashion company as volunteers to figure out how do we partner with all those nonprofits to design to the skills of those women. And a lot of them were traditional artisan skills, and some were like newly learned skills. It was mixed. And then how do we help market it and distribute it? We were in LA, so we had like a great playground to try to like do the R&D or the research and development as a nonprofit. And then it really took off. And one of my key partners was Joanna Gaines. So when she started... Yeah, when she started Magnolia and Fixer Upper, she would wear a lot of the jewelry. There were these leather leaf gold earrings. Those were produced in India by some of the women that I had worked with, and a lot of the leather purses. And it was just like early days for her and me figuring out what we were doing.
Did you know her at Baylor?
We knew of each other, and my sister and her knew each other, and she just asked if she could help support what I was doing. So, and it did. It had a big impact, and I saw the kind of impact that you can have through fair trade. But I really wanted to introduce that concept to people beyond that already supported fair trade. You know, like to people that may not be familiar with it, but would be drawn to something because they like the style.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And it's like beautiful.
Yeah.
And then they realize there's a story to it and a heritage to it. And
you're
a lot
helping
of it was
someone.
more modern and it was helping. But where I've landed to now, as I realized with the documentary, is that a lot of traditional crafts are disappearing.
Yeah.
And so I really went back and visited and with all these tours, and when people traveled with me, they were like, Kirsten, our eyes have been opened to the beauty of all these traditional crafts, but also the impact it can have for good on communities, but also how they're suffering because they're often exploited and people don't appreciate traditional crafts anymore. A lot of things are being made in China that look like traditional crafts, and so that doesn't help. And there's just a lot of it was complicated, and they were like, can you do more tours so more people can come experience this? And these were people that normally had never thought about these things, but they would take classes like in block printing with me, weaving, natural dyeing, pottery, like all these things, and they loved it, but they were learning from these traditional artisans, and then they learned about the meaning behind things and the heritage, and how sometimes it's like 5-6 generations this has been passed on, and they're the last generation. It didn't get passed on beyond them. And they were wondering why. And the reason why was because the market has disappeared because they weren't being paid for their time. And there was a lot of exploitation and then lack of market access. And then these mock-ups made in China. And so they became like my little advocates. Anyone that like traveled with me, they were like, we want to support artisans. We don't want this to disappear. Because if you think about why we travel, we love to go to something that looks different. We love the history, the architecture, the different food, the different design, but everything's kind of shifting because of how we are so connected now, technology-wise, to all look the same, taste the same, and imitate each other, and that uniqueness is disappearing. So in one sense, you're losing something in the world that makes the world beautiful, but in a more important sense, it's impacting women that live in rural communities, people that live on the margins, and these stories, this heritage and stories that have been passed down for hundreds of years are getting lost, and nobody will be able to continue these crafts. So I really wanted to revisit like tradition and like see the beauty in that, to appreciate that and inspire hopefully people to slow down a bit and also want to support what's traditional and handmade, like connects to people, connects to souls and people and stories.
So you tell their stories in this film. When did the inspiration come to you that I need to make a film? I need to do this.
It actually was at the end of a tour to Morocco. The group with me were like, Kirsten, can you write a book? Can you lead more tours? And I was like, no, it's not possible. And then I couldn't sleep that night. And all night long, I had this vision to do a film. And I've never made a film before, but I've been around a lot of film sets.
Yeah, I'll bet you have.
I've actually been the art director on a feature film and a lot of music videos. So I actually understand the film industry. And I just woke up that next morning. I'm not sure I even slept that night. And went to breakfast. It was our last day together in Morocco. And I just said, what if I made a documentary? And that entire group of women, there was 10 of them, jumped up before I finished the sentence and said, yes, that's it. And this documentary that's showing on the 18th was funded, I want to say it's 85 or 90% by people who've traveled with me.
Really?
Who have met the artisans in the film, understand the beauty of these crafts, were impacted by it, and want to share it with you. And so I basically started with the people on that tour and then went back to others that have traveled with me, and that's how I raised the money for the film. And then, so it's all independent, all raised.
Sure, yeah.
And that was in October 24. And we started shooting in January 25, finished shooting in August 25, edited it over those next 6 months, and then premiered it in New York last February. And so I've been touring the film since then, but I've saved Texas for an opportunity.
Yes.
And since we lived here, we wanted it to premiere in the place where we're living.
That's wonderful. You traveled across 6 countries, though.
Yeah.
So was there a particular artisan or story that really sticks out in your mind?
So hard. In choosing where to focus, because I do have a lot of relationships globally, I really focused on some of the places I visit the most. So the documentary visits the U.S., the U.K., because I wanted it to be seen that this is a global thing, as well as Kenya, Morocco, India, and Waco, Mexico, because it shows a variety of stories, a variety of crafts, a variety of challenges and problems they're facing, and a variety of very inspiring solutions and things that are being done. So that's a hard question to answer, but I will say there were 2 points in the film, one that broke my heart and one that totally inspired me. And one was when we were in Agra, India. There are millions and millions of people that go to see the Taj Mahal in Agra every year.
Yeah.
They go for the day, maybe stay one night. It is a major historic city full of culture and history, but nobody goes anywhere besides this main drag to get to the Taj Mahal.
Because you got to see the Taj Mahal.
And they don't know. Well, if you travel with me, you don't get to see the Taj Mahal the first day you're there, because I make you first go on a walking tour with one of the men that's in the film. His name's Tahir, from Heritage Tours, and you get to learn about the history, about all the artisan work that goes in the Taj Mahal, the history of it, the women involved in that whole region and time. And then one of the things you do that first day, before you get to see the Taj Mahal, is visit a marble inlay artisan workshop. And in the film, I went back to visit them, because every time I go, you're like overwhelmed by the reality of how hard that craft is, and also how difficult it is, and the challenges they face, and the level of exploitation. On a tour the next day at sunrise, you get to see the Taj Mahal with me, and at that point, it's the most wondrous, awe-inspiring experience, because you know what you're looking at, and you see it differently than just being like, it's like a really amazing. But I wanted to feature Irfan and his family workshop, because it's been in his family for centuries. He's one of the very last master artisans. There's only 4 or 5 in all of Agra that still have this. It's disappearing because of the exploitation. And we talk about, I ask him in the film, you have to watch it, how much he makes. And then you learn about how much his craft is being sold just a few blocks from there on that drag to the Taj Mahal. And it's like a 15 times markup, and he's not even covering hardly anything. He doesn't make money. And so his sons did not learn the craft. He's the last generation.
They could make more money doing something else.
You know what they make money doing? Selling it at the exploited rates for the middleman. They don't, and so their family survives off of them working for the middleman stores. The whole thing is so tragic.
That
and he's actually a UNESCO World Heritage certified artisan, because he's one of the last. I want to see that change, but that's how like inspiring the craft is, and like shocking. And like the moment we're all calculating, we had him tell us the cost of everything, and we realize, and you will see it in the documentary, it makes you just pause, and you just you have to realize there's so much going behind our everyday choices, and it does matter to know the people and the stories, and to slow down and buy things that are going to support people and not exploit people or cultures. So that was a hard moment for me.
Right.
But then the inspiring moment that I loved was when we were in Mexico. The other end of the spectrum was visiting a generational story that is being passed on. And there's a moment in the film where you are seeing there's a grandfather, a son, and a grandson that are all learning a traditional weaving. And we didn't know the grandson knew it. So we've been interviewing the grandpa all day, and he's showing us this craft we're filming. And then all of a sudden, his grandson hooks up this backstrap loom next to his grandfather and starts weaving with him. And he's only 12.
Oh.
And he's actually a master now, too. And it was just like, we all didn't ask to do this. We didn't know this was what they were going to show us. And so we captured it. And as Anna, my local artisan advocate that I work with, that was a translator for us, asked Angel, the grandson, how does it make you feel that you're one of the few men in this community? There's only 4 men that know this craft, and he's one of them, a 12-year-old, that's carrying on this traditional weaving. And he, without skipping a beat, says he's so proud and honored, and he can't wait to teach his children. I mean, the whole thing. And like, he just, with such confidence and such pride, talks about how it's beautiful and it's passed on to generations, and he's going to teach his brothers, his nephews, and his children. And we all started crying. I mean, it was just such a beautiful moment, because in contrast to what was happening in India, it was like a reminder of hope. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is possible, and it can be passed on, but it's worth preserving. And I want to help support those efforts as much as possible.
That is what you're doing through the film, Handmade Future. And more I want to hear from you about, Kirsten, but we're going to take a quick break. I want to tell you that today's show is brought to you by Allen Samuels. Their big event is going on. You can drive the all-new 2026 Jeep Cherokee, 37 miles a gallon, or the 2026 Dodge Charger RT, score $6,000 in saving. First responders and military members get an extra discount. Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Waco. They are your friends in the car business. Stay with us. There's more ahead.
We're celebrating the declaration of deals at Allen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $13,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $13,000 off a new Ram 2500 Laramie Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Allen Samuels.
Come by.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Providence. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.org.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
Wound up with the sound of on an eastbound highway ride. Last words my woman said, just burning me up inside. With the wind in my hair and my cares as I watch the house roll by. Ain't the kind of fight to make a short ride. This highway ain't seen the last of me. But riding out here all alone, it ain't the place I wanna be. The extent of my foes and my woes as I watch the miles roll by. I guess I'll keep on riding that highway ride. Waco 245 is a place that always seems to sink in. My baby's smile, my baby's face, it's a place that all begin. Think I'll turn this rig around, start heading my way back home. Kiss her, hug her, tell her I love her, start with a new tone, so I don't wind up with the sound of on an eastbound highway ride. Last word my woman said, just burning me up inside. We extend up my cares and my hands, I watch the miles roll by. This ain't the kind of fight to make a short ride. Don't wind up with the sound of. Don't wind up with the sound of. Don't wind up with the sound of. I will praise the Lord all of my days for the good that He has done to me. He's been faithful to the years of my days. Therefore my heart will give Him praise. Oh, my soul, return to your rest. For you're the Lord, you're happy and blessed. I will praise the Lord all of my days for the good that you have done to me. Sing to me in the morning with your steadfast love, like a gentle breeze, like a morning dove. Sing in the morning of your steadfast love, like a gentle breeze, like a morning dove. I will praise the Lord all of my days for the good that He has done to me. He's been faithful to the years of my days. Therefore my heart will give Him praise. Oh, my soul, return to your rest. For in the Lord you're happy and blessed. I will praise the Lord all of my days for the good that He has done to me. Therefore my heart will give Him praise. Therefore my heart will give Him praise.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Providence. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.com. handmadefuture.org.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Allen Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues and those sort of things. Because the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. And so I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
If I had somebody that was looking for a car, I would definitely recommend Allen Samuels. The trust that I have, the care that they take, they genuinely want to take care of you. They really ask for your feedback when you go to the support department to make sure they're taking care of you in every way possible. So I really appreciate that they listen to your feedback.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Alan Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues or those sort of things. Because of the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. And so I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
And we are back with Kirsten Dickerson, she and her husband, who has come back to Baylor to teach. You both were students there, and that's where you met and became friends, and then have established this wonderful family. He's done a lot of amazing filmmaking. He did Saronia. That was one of the
And that was
films.
actually shot in the World Cup Cafe
Yeah,
that we were referencing
right.
earlier. Part of it was shot there. So I know the cafe well.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah.
wonderful little story behind it now.
Yeah, and your film, though, this is your directorial debut.
Yes.
And so your film is going to be debuted on July 18th, that's Saturday evening at 5:30 at the Waco Civic Theater, which is one of the new venues for the Waco Indie Film Fest. So many great films going on, but this is one you will not want to miss because, as you say, I mean, it's really touching the heartstrings as you're telling the stories of these craftsmen from around the globe and the importance of them maintaining these crafts and then being able to share them with the wider world. And hopefully they're being compensated for their talent and their materials and all that.
Yeah, I think we explore a lot about the importance of understanding how you support people through fair trade, direct trade in the marketplace, and just, I think because we're living in it and we're living in the West, we actually don't see how much culture has shifted in the way that we are consumers. And we have this incredible freedom and power to do good with the access that we have. And we have gotten used to a society that revolves around fast, and immediate and cheap. And it comes at a cost to the whole world. And so sometimes we're so disconnected we don't realize how that's happening. And I don't actually ever want anyone to feel shame about that reality because I think it's part of just the culture, like what we've grown up in. So I want the film to help at least inspire people to pause enough to recognize that reality in a way that doesn't make you feel necessarily shame or paralyzed or overwhelmed, but inspired. to actually want to do something. And there's multiple ways that the film explores action points of something that you can do.
Oh, that's good.
And I hope that people leave and feel like they can do something.
Like what? Give me an example.
Well, a lot of the screenings, and we're hoping to maybe be able to do this at our screening. We actually have a little mini artisan market set up.
Good.
And we are just selling for the artisans, crafts from the artisans in the film. And anything purchased just keeps going back into a rotation of supporting the artisans in the film.
Oh, good.
And I think for some people to carry, it's like a souvenir of this film experience, but also like a reminder. And for them to be able to give something also to tell other people about it, because the film will be available more widely later this fall. But right now we're only doing special screenings and festivals. But it's been really fun to offer that for some people. I'll be showing this film this coming week in Santa Fe at the International Folk Art Market, which is the world's largest folk art market. Thousands and thousands of people
Santa Fe
come.
is amazing.
It's an amazing town. This is one of the biggest events they host. And the film is one of their big events at the market. And I'm super excited to show it, because the people that come see the film are people that can then turn around and use their influence, their power of their dollar, their influence, their connections to support artisans immediately at the market and beyond. So I'm very excited about that. And then in New York at the first week of August is our country's largest, one of the most kind of pristine gift and home shows called Shop Objects. So if you own a store, whether you're Nordstrom's, West Elm, or Carpenter's Daughter, everything in between, you might be shopping at Shop Object for your store. And they carry a lot of unique things and gift and home buyers it's for retail buyers. There are several artisan brands that come there. And so they're opening the whole market. People from all over our country and the world come to shop at this market with the showing of this film in Chelsea, New York.
How did that happen?
Because they found out about it.
Okay.
And they know that this film is the people I interviewed in the film. They know some of the artisans. They know this. There's no film like this yet. No one has made a feature about artisan craft.
Right.
This is crazy to me, but it hasn't happened. That's why I wanted to make it. But they know this matters. And they know that if they can show it the opening night, then the following 2 days, all of these people will have so much influence on choosing to go and support whatever artisan groups are at the market.
Almost like their eyes are opened.
And encouraging them that if they have the ability to find things that they love that are supporting that kind of maker, then they're going to be extra motivated to do it, because they all come there with huge budgets for their stores. And if they could, I think Shop Object wants to help encourage that investment in fair trade, direct trade, and supporting artisans that are there. So those are just tangible things. Like other people, I think a lot of university students that have seen the film, university students and people who, even some men, will walk out of it and this is funny. There's broom makers in the film, you'll see. Many men have watched the film and said, I need to buy one of those brooms. It is the funniest comment that happens.
Really?
Yes. And so that's been really cute, because they have a new appreciation. Somehow they can really relate to the craft makers in that, because there's a lot of men in that one, and they really loved seeing American men making brooms. I think it was super inspiring for them, which was fun.
Yeah.
It's men and women, but that's been fun comment. But other college students, I think they're like, this is what I want to do with my life. This is a common thing. I've gotten letters, people coming up asking for consulting. They want to focus on something that is impactful, and they want to support not just craft, but that idea of doing things in business ethically, using entrepreneurship and design in positive ways. And so I don't know where that will go.
Yeah, but it kind of echoes your own story.
Yeah,
it
and
really
I get
does.
it. I think that I've been doing it for a while, but this next generation is very eager to do things differently.
And that's good.
Yeah, and this film supports, I think, what they're already thinking about and encourages them in that path. So there's lots of different, those are just a few examples.
Yeah.
Lots of different.
So was there something that surprised you during the making of the documentary?
I think that one story that I shared about Angel was a specific thing, but I think the surprise overall was how much fun I had.
Oh, really? Because you travel there all the time. I mean, these are friends of yours.
You know, they are. I never realized how much I would enjoy it. And I actually was very uncertain about the post-production. So my husband and I are both the producers on it. So I'm the director.
Right.
He's the director of photography. There are actually 5 cinematographers, but he's the director of photography, the main one. Mm-hmm. And then I'm the director. I asked him to come on as producer with me for the post-production because that area I felt like I didn't know. I knew the pre because I understood the stories. I knew what I wanted to catch. I knew all these things. I could organize the whole agenda. But the post, I've never done sound mixing or coloring or the editing. I actually loved it. So we went to the post house.
The artist eye you have.
I loved it. Yeah. It was so fun. And I loved working with this post house in London. So we actually were living in London during this whole thing. So it's actually a dual UK and USA made film. And I loved every minute of it. I was surprised that I liked that part because I tend to be a nature girl. I don't like to be in dark rooms behind computers, and that's what you kind of have to do for that phase. But the art part of it, the creative part of it was a surprise, and I loved it.
Yeah. Well, as you say, this film is about more than just beautiful things. It's about preserving culture.
Yeah.
And that is especially important today. Why do you think?
I think because we all are impacted by beauty and story. Mm-hmm. And if what makes the world beautiful and the stories that make the world unique begin to disappear, we're losing something that's very valuable that is so connected to people and to hands. And I think the impact that it's having is massive. I can't imagine a world where we lose all that color and that joy and that beauty that holds the culture and the stories and ties to people. And I think one of the things, because of a lot of the women's work that I've done around the world, that I love the most about handmade and craft is that it ties women together. A lot of women don't have the freedom like we do in America to hang out or just to go do what we want. One of the only things they can do with other women and in community is craft. And it's very significant and very important. And you see a couple of examples of that. And I think it's incredibly important to honor that and support that so women can continue that. And ironically, so many people who've watched the film have been inspired to craft personally and actually also say, could we form a craft community with other women, young women? Mm-hmm. So I think there's some crafting, like quilting and crafting and other things that exist with some older generations, but there's several generations in between that got lost. Yeah. And there's a younger generation that's like, that's what I want to do. And that's why you see more like workshops now and things like that. But I think a lot of it is that people would love an excuse to get together regularly and be creative.
Yeah, and there's a community in the whole thing.
So that's actually been a really fun, unexpected part of what's emerging. But I think it just speaks to this universal connection that we have through craft. And I have been thinking a lot about how ever since humans have existed, no matter where people have been in the world, always have looked at nature and have looked at nature around them and seen soil and dirt and learned to make pottery. And then they've used plants and learned to make natural dye, looked at grasses and learned to weave, whatever it is, and they've done it in a unique way. So all over the world, people have looked at nature and then made things with their hands that were both useful and beautiful. And the beautiful part often wove in stories, and we explore that in the film. We don't even realize what we're looking at sometimes, what these like colors mean, what these lines mean. And so that is something is getting lost to where we're just buying the manufactured, and I think you lose a sense of that like connection that we all have to each other. So I don't want that to be lost because I think it's important to preserve stories and also stay connected to humans. With AI, we talk about that and how the progression of AI is actually increasing the interest in handmade, because I think people are reacting and they don't want to lose.
Right, and that's good, because there are some things AI can't do, and they can't weave a piece of fabric.
They cannot. So, and that's actually almost a quote from the film, what you just said.
Okay. Yeah. No, and and of course the criticism of it, I mean, it can create a song, that kind of thing, but it is soulless. It is soulless, and that's where that human component of creation
it makes a big difference.
in whatever the art is. Well, you and your husband together have created this Artist and Nomad. So
Yes.
how's it been working with your hubby?
Well, because he's stepping into his role at Baylor, it's pretty much me at the helm, and he's been like helping with the film, and he's the co-founder, but really I'm the director of it now. But when we did the film, it was the first time we did a project together. We both co-led a few tours together. We kind of done other things together, but this was a big project to do together.
Yeah.
And we actually had fun. I think some people have been like, I don't think I could do that. But the beautiful thing is that my husband never, when I came home from that Morocco trip, I was like, he never made me feel like funny about wanting to direct a movie. When I came home, I said, babe, I have an idea. And he's like, what? I was like, I'm going to make a movie about artists and craft. And he didn't mock me or laugh at me or anything. He just said, that's awesome, babe. Let me know how I can support you. And so it's from day one, he's just been super supportive of me directing this. And I asked him to come on as producer. And early on, I said, maybe we could co-direct together. And then he said, nope, this is your film. You've got this. I'll support you in other ways. And so I had him be the director of photography with me. So we actually had a lot of fun. I don't think we would do it all the time, but I think having like a project like that where we had real clear roles, and he really respected my lead and my vision.
That's
so
good.
it says a lot about him.
That is awesome. What were some of the biggest logistical challenges of filming something in so many different countries?
It's so not easy. I think the reason that we could do this film is because of my experience organizing tours and working globally. I think anyone else to try to tackle this, it would be a monster, and you would need a team to do it. But it just happens to be my skill set, and so I could do it. I could understand what needed to happen. I could plan it and do it. One of the hardest things to do was to get permits for the drone shots in the film.
Oh, I'll bet.
It was not
because you
easy.
need that. I mean,
I was very adamant that we needed to capture the beauty of this like big world places that we were going into.
Yeah.
But when you go to the high Atlas Mountains of Morocco, where no drones are allowed inside Morocco, and there's like 1 or 2 people that have any ability to use a drone ever, and then you have to work with them, and then they have to go get a whole village to sign off on using a drone.
My
And
goodness.
I mean, it took 5 months and so many layers of paperwork. So when you're watching, you don't realize it's not like here we just pop up a drone. No, that took 5 months of work to get permission to film that village and all the things that we filmed. And I wanted to do it the right way, but it was really hard. You know, but it was worth it. It's such a beautiful part of our world. So I'm glad people get a glimpse of it.
Oh, I mean, you'll feel like you've taken a trip.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a much bigger film when it comes to the drones too, like something that you would see, you know, with National Geographic or something like that, or IMAX or something like that, as far as like the kind of wide shots. But it's just a small independent film. It's just that we approached it to give you that big glimpse before you get in small to the hands. So it's kind of like both things, but with the beauty of both parts. You know, the beauty of the hands and the beauty of the place where they are.
Oh, I'm so excited about it. The more you talk about it, so excited. and this is going to be at 5:30 on the 18th, that Saturday evening at the Waco Civic Theater. So you can go online, Waco Indie Film Fest, and check out all the different offerings, but also get your tickets or whatever.
Yeah, I definitely think buy in advance. People have been asking me, and I think Waco Indie wants you to buy in advance because some will sell out, I think.
Oh,
so
I think they will. I think they really will, because this has just become so huge. What's next? I mean, I know you're taking it all over the place, and that's the immediate future, but do you have another idea in mind of something?
Yeah, so now that we're back to Waco from London, we moved here in April. We live over by the zoo, which is super fun to kind of be in the old part of Waco. So we love this kind of central part of Waco. My husband will start teaching film at Baylor next month, and I'll be on tour until November. And I think I'm just waiting to see what doors open as we're going on tour, and I will continue to be at the helm of Artist and Nomad. I have 2 tours to Morocco and 1 to Kenya next year that are already sold out. So I will be adding more tours in the near future because there's an interest in it. And
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So I will be adding those. But I, have a background in retail and social business. So I'm really mulling over if I should do something here in Waco. So we shall see. I think I'll make a decision later this year.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be fun though. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Stay tuned, as they say.
So something for Artist and Nomad along the hearts of what this is all about.
Yeah.
Maybe be interesting to do something here.
Oh, Kirsten, it's been just a delight to get to learn more about Handmade Future. And this film is, a project of your heart, a passion for telling these stories, of preserving amazing crafts
Thank you.
from around the globe. All the best to you. Looking forward to it.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
Stay with us. There's more of the show ahead.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Provident. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.org.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
It's our declaration of deals, and savings are moving fast at Allen Samuels Jeep in Waco. Get a 2026 Jeep Wrangler Sport for just $32,990. Or take $10,000 off a 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit. Or qualified buyers can get 0% APR for 36 months and no payments for 90 days. Don't stand still. Drive today. Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
Apollo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress, that helps you calm down and feel better. You sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
I had a panic moment running my hands through my hair, and that's when I found Keeps. Keeps gave me the results that I was really looking for.
I definitely felt a lot more confident once I saw my hair coming back.
Keeps has given me the control of my hair back.
Get your first month free at Keeps.com.
It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro.
This is a Rogue Media Network production.